Resident Evil movie tier list. You guys ready? We're gonna go through this real quick. Wait, what's wrong? Isn't this not what you guys wanted? What's with the yikes? Alright, so let's start okay, so something has to get an S. And I know what you guys might be thinking. Might be thinking Damnation, you might be thinking Vendetta, you might be thinking that one. Whatever the hell it's called. I can't remember. Alright, so guys, what is the S tier movie in this list here? Because I know what it is. I know what it is. No, this is just saying something has to get an S. If this was a movie tier list, it'd be a D. That's right, fellas. It's the original Resident Evil, the one that started it all. Can we get some freaking clappers in the chat? Now, I know what you're thinking. F you, Bach. I'm gonna close the tier list right now. Your opinion is irrelevant. Yeah, well, guess what, Dip? You may be thinking in the comments on YouTube that you're smart saying that. Or like, oh, this list is garbage because X is Y. Hey, dipshit. I'm talking to the person. By the way, when I think of this conversation, I'm thinking of someone that commented on my all horror games tier list. And they said, because Siren wasn't S+ tier, that my list was irrelevant. You're stupid. Second of all, just because one game of like 500 isn't where you want it to be, doesn't mean shit. You just have a small brain. All right, now that that's over with. This is a nostalgic choice, guys, because when Resident Evil hit the theaters, it was the first very scary movie I've ever seen in theaters. And guess what? It was for my birthday. And guess what? I know what you're thinking. Oh man, you got to go for your birthday. That's awesome. No, my oldest brother took me and I didn't want to go because I hated scary movies. And he took me, he's like, don't worry, if you get too scared, we can leave. But he took me to see it because he's seen it like 6 times already. He spent like $100 going to see that movie over and over and over again. He would go like every single freaking week, multiple times. He loved it. So he took me, and you know what? I loved it too. And I thought it was scary as hell, dude. When I got to the point where I'm like, is there any more zombies? Like I in the theater, I was terrified. I'm like, he's like, no, there's no more zombies, and like more zombies show up. I thought it was so scary. Holy shit. So I have a lot of nostalgia for it, and I think I think this is one of the best video game movies ever made. Now, with that being said, don't get too far ahead of yourself. Saying one video game movie is like, oh, it's one of the best video game movies ever made. That's like every week you take a shit in the morning. That's like comparing your shits. Like if you take a picture of each one, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, your morning crap, saying, oh, this is the best morning, like Tuesday was the best shit I've taken all week. Yeah, well, they're all pieces of shit at the end of the day, unfortunately. There are some good video game movies nowadays, but if we had this conversation like 5 years ago, there isn't. My personal favorite's Mortal Kombat. Anyway, I think this is a decent movie. Number 2, we got Resident Evil Apocalypse. I'll put that on an A tier. Now, remember, this is under the preface that we are comparing shits, okay? All right. I think that this song is banging, dude. No, I think that Apocalypse. Okay, guys, who's with me? At the end of Resident Evil 1, when Alice goes into the cop car and grabs a shotgun and reloads it, who was like, yeah, who was pumped to see where they went with that? That was a sick ending. Thank you, Vigo, for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you. That was so sick. I was like, by the way, I've seen Resident Evil. I haven't seen that movie in like 10 years, but I've watched it like 10 times, at the very least 10 times. Yo, thank you, Mr. Bubbles. I appreciate it. Thank you, Vigo. Thank you, Civil as well, and Fate. Thank you.
Love the plushie ball.
Did you hear that? Apocalypse is actually a semi-faithful adaptation of Resident Evil 3. I shit you not. There are some moments in 2 Apocalypse that are like directly from RE3, the game. But overall, the movie is just like, you know, it's Nemesis prize. Need I say more? Oh, and the best part of the Ari movie? One second, I could show you the best part of that movie if you haven't seen it before. I got it all lined up. You ready?
GTA mother. Oh, yeah. 10 points.
There, that's all I need to really know about that. All right, so Extinction. I've seen this once, and it sucks. Degeneration. Which one is this? Is this the one where Mr. X fights the Lickers, and the Lickers work for Leon for a bit? Or no? No. Does this one have a couple fixed camera angles, like when Leon's going through some doors? Oh yeah, they're called Degeneration and Damnation. Oh my god. Is this the really good one, or is this the like pretty good one? It's the best one easily. Okay, I can't remember. I've only seen them once, and it was at like an ex-girlfriend's house, and we did a marathon. I don't even. Yeah, I've seen it one time. But yeah, I'll take you guys' word for it. Hey, easy A, there it is. Damnation. I liked this one. I remember some stuff about it with the liquor, and the Mr. X fight and the tyrant. This one was decent, right? Pretty sure this one was good. It's probably better than this. I can't remember because I've only seen this one once as well. But I have watched YouTube clips of Damnation and Degeneration. I just get them both confused with one another, but I think they're both decent movies. They do what they do what you want them to do. These aren't the movies I have strong opinions on. Don't worry, I have some strong opinions. Afterlife, is Afterlife 4 or 5? Okay, wait, is this Retribution? It is. This one is probably garbage. I've seen it one time, and it's probably okay, now here we go. This is actual dog ass. I have seen Retribution twice. The first time I seen this movie, I was baked out of my skull with my middle brother. We used to live together. We put it on. We got super baked, and I was tripping because there's such bad sound design in this movie. There's one part where I'm sure you guys all remember where Jill is torturing Alice in this chamber. I am in Q, yeah. Jill is torturing Alice in this chamber. It's playing this high-pitched scream, and I'm just thinking, like, am I glitching right now? Are they legitimately putting this into our ears? Like, and Alice is going like, ah, like screaming, and so is the audience. Like, turn that shit down. But you know, there are some. I think Retribution has the funniest moments. Like that has a lot of YouTube clips. But as a movie, the movie as a whole is like, it's awful. But I think it's a watchable awful. But it's a terrible movie. You know what? With all this being said, I like it more than Extinction because I haven't even watched those more than once. But it's not better than Extinction. What is this? What is with the like 2mm text? The final chapter. Oh my god, dude. I have never in my life seen more cuts. I'm bringing it up on YouTube. Watch the cuts. Watch the cut. So what a cut is, it means it goes from one camera to another without fade, okay? Without a transition. Watch this. I think this is the clip. Is this it, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, wait. Let's just count them. This is 4 minutes. I'm counting them. 4 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4. I can't keep up. I'm gonna have an anxiety attack. Just look. Like, how bad is your movie? By the way, this was right after I did a Jackie Chan marathon. And Jackie Chan movies are like Like, it has like insanely sick action scenes and they're all one cut and like god tier. And then I watch this and I'm just like, feel sick to my stomach. This isn't even the bad part. We haven't even got to what I'm talking about. This is what I was talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Look, 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 look. Look at this. What is this editing? Ah, you can't tell what is going on. Like an epilepsy alert. What is the... Like... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. All right. I don't want to torch you guys. Have we seen enough? I think you guys get what I'm talking about. Holy shit, dude. Anyway, that movie is... God, I don't even remember Afterlife, but holy shit. Watching that gives me like an anxiety attack. The movie sucks. Ass. Jorah Mormont, yeah. Oh god, well, we have some other stinkers. Maybe I should put it a little higher. I don't know. I haven't seen Afterlife enough. Is it as bad as I'm putting it? I legitimately, like, in terms of how good a movie is, Retribution is down there. I don't know about Afterlife, but we're not gonna have any B-tier movies, by the way. Vendetta, I actually haven't seen this. I tried to watch it, I keep falling asleep, not because it's bad, just because I can't. All right, rant time. Infinite Darkness. Infinite Darkness, you ready, guys? Am I about to have a hot take? If you blink a lot, we'll watch your final chapter. It's a lot better. Guys, Infinite Dark... No. Infinite Darkness. I got a lot to say. Infinite Darkness, in my opinion, hear me out, is arguably the worst Resident Evil anything. First off, it's a show. Why? Each episode's 20 minutes, and in each episode they spend like almost 5 minutes recapping the last episode. All episodes combined are hardly a movie. Why are we getting like a 5-minute... It's a 20-minute episode with a 5-minute recap. Like, why? Why is it not just a movie without the fucking recaps? First off. Second off, it was marketed as a horror thing. When Infinite Darkness was first shown, it was Claire with a gun walking into an empty house, super dark. So that baited the audience into thinking, similar to the RE3 remake demo, where you play it like, wow, it's like RE3, and you watch this and you're like, wow, they're returning to horror. This is sick. It's like RE7. Like they return to the roots not only in RE7 but also in the movie or in the new film. I digress. Then it comes out. It's about it's just about war, basically. War, shell shock, yada yada, government. Okay, cool. Well, here's the problem. No one gives a f about any of that. People want stuff from the cinematic universe of Resident Evil, and Infinite Darkness is the opposite, in my opinion, of what people want. A couple other things. All right, they do not know how to do fan service. They do not know how to handle characters, in my opinion, in this particular thing. They bring back Claire finally, because, you know, fans want Claire. Claire sucks in the movie, overall. Sorry, I'm getting off. My head is like going insane right now. Let's just wrap it up like this. No one wanted it. It was marketed as something it isn't. It sucks despite all that. It's bad writing, bad everything, in my opinion. And to top it off, people want to see, like, people want to see Leon and Claire. Well, some people. But at the end of the movie, they hate each other. And I know what you're gonna say. Oh, they're setting up the next movie to like rekindle their relationship. Well, they didn't need to do that in the first place. And by the way, I've heard some insider info on the next movie, and it sounds like it's gonna be a disaster. I digress. Having Resident Evil movies should be about making your fans happy and taking these beloved characters. Like, I want to see I want to see Claire ride in. I want to see Leon in trouble from getting attacked by a bioweapon. Claire rides in on her motorcycle with a grenade launcher. Boom, acid round. Boom, replaces it with a fire round. Boom, replaces it with a freeze round. And then takes out her what's it called? The repeater pistol, the revolver. Boom, 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 boom. And then blasts the tyrant, and he bursts into like shards of ice. I want to see something fucking badass. That's what we love her for. But no, she just sits in an office and does nothing. And I get that's where her character is going or whatever, but that was a choice they made. I think they handled it pretty well in Revelations 2, but in that particular show, they did not handle her well, in my opinion. I hate that she takes a backseat. I want to see, why are women never fucking cool? And like, why here the coolest woman in Resident Evil like films is Alice. Why, dude? Like Jill's entrance in Apocalypse, that's another cool female moment, but other than that, it's just like, why are the female characters just like taking a back seat? I hate it, dude. They're some of the coolest characters. Anyway, yeah, they unfortunately don't know how to do fan service very well. But at the end of the day, I'm willing to bet Capcom just doesn't really care too much about, oh, but my ADHD brain. Happy birthday, by the way, Catastrophe, if you're still here. You might not be because of my ranting, but if you're still here, belated birthday. Yeah, Infinite Darkness sucks. I'm sick of talking about it. All right. The Netflix adaptation. Now, speaking of things that no one wants, yeah, where do I begin? So this got announced. Everyone hated that Wesker was black, and then jokes on them. Black Wesker was the absolute best thing about the entire show by a landslide. But you know what? I actually semi-enjoyed some parts of the show. Like, I loved the alligator scene. It was cool that they tried. They tried some things. It's ass, but they tried some things with the Netflix adaptation, and I'm actually in the minority. I think I enjoyed some of it. Some of the episodes I thought were all right. Overall, it's not a good show. Like, there's a lot. Like, I'll give an example. I can't remember a lot of it because, like most people, you push it out of your brain. When the two Wesker's kids go to the laboratory, okay, and they break in, where is everybody? There's what? There's one janitor working, right? Like, hello. This should be one of those heavily guarded places ever. If anything gets out in there, the world's and they know it. They talk about knowing it. And no, like the two kids break in there easily. Like, where is it? Just, there's so many moments. That's my example. There are so many moments like that in that show. Like, every episode has one of those moments where it's like, this makes no sense. It's just, the writers wrote themselves into a corner. More so, the writers just weren't paid enough and didn't care. And I feel like that's a common theme with all these. And then we got that. Anyway, let's see where my queue is in Diablo. How long can I talk about Welcome to Raccoon City? 20 minutes, that's enough time. But no, I liked the, here, I'm gonna show you guys the best scene from the show. If you haven't watched it by now, you don't care anyway. Here's the only scene worth watching in the whole, nah, there's a couple scenes that are decent, but here's the best scene by far in the show.
Bert!
I love these. The Wesker clones?
Curry burrito, really?
I love
This smell
these.
is never going away.
Legit.
Albert, he can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Bro.
So for those who haven't watched this, So Wesker is actually in this show. You'll see. And there's clones of Wesker. We already know this. And these are the 3 clones of Wesker. And I love this. Like, I think this is awesome. We need more of this kind of thing. And as you guys know, my favorite line, the My machine interface is glitching. Fix it.
Chill. Clean up your mess. In a minute. I'll do it. Albie.
Albie.
He has to learn.
Albie, come on. Uh-oh, Daddy's home. Daddy's home. Oh, look. Okay, wait, one more time. Sup, bitches. Look at one more. Look, watch him. Sup, bitches. The My machine interface is glitching. Fix it. Dude, this scene's badass. I loved it. Look at him. I know he looks like Blade, but come on. This is sick, I think. Oh.
The mind machine interface is glitching. Oh, I'm sorry. Fix it.
Yeah. Fix it. One's in the chat if you're watching this for the first time.
Where are we with the chest mount prototype?
What am I on about? This isn't a good show.
You'll have it tomorrow.
Bruh, take your earplugs out. I said it was a show.
Today.
Actually, on that, sorry, I'm a little triggered by the comment. Man, you people, some of you people that have the mindset of, this show sucks. There can still be god tier things in a anything. Not that, I mean, this isn't god tier.
Put your hands up! Do it now!
Oh, here it comes.
Albert, we have to get out of here.
No, get out of here, Rick and Morty.
No!
No!
What are you doing?
Destroying the evidence.
No! God, that is god tier. So I always get some questions asking me on my YouTube videos, does Bawk not know you can use the arrow keys to rewind YouTube videos? Yeah, I do, but I have to, when you click off of the YouTube video, you can't do it anymore. And I always have to click on other things because of the stream. Anyway, that moment is pretty awesome. And the crocodile moment's pretty cool too. But overall, it's not very great. God, Vendetta. Okay, welcome to Raccoon City. Which is better? Everyone's gonna say welcome to Raccoon City, I think. We'll put it above there. I'm sorry, welcome to Raccoon City is I know people are torn on that. My brother called me, my oldest brother, who took me to see the first, we went full circle in my family. My oldest brother took me to see this, and he called me after he seen this, and he talked to me about how much he loved it, and I just stayed silent on the phone. I listened, and I shared some of my opinions, but this is how to not do a video game adaptation, in my opinion. This is how to not do it. And I have a great example I can give. And I've said this to chat many times. But welcome to Raccoon City. Here's one of the biggest, two huge mistakes. One, putting 2 video games in the same movie and doing justice to neither of them. All right. Actually, 3 things. Changing the race of characters is and sex or whatever is fine. Okay? Do it if you want to. But here's the thing. When it comes to representation, now I'm speaking as a white person, maybe I don't know, but I'm speaking of how I see it. And maybe if there's anyone of color in chat or whatever, you can share your opinion. And maybe I'm crazy. But people don't want representation of like, hey, we made Leon a person of color. Look, it's your favorite character, unrecognizable, and is nothing like the character you know and love, but his name is Leon and he's a different color. Look, representation. People don't want that kind of representation. They want you to create a character that originates from, like what Street Fighter does. They want to create a character that is already black, already Asian, and make that character fucking awesome. Don't change a character. Like, let's say make a black character white and be like, look, white representation. What do you think, guys? They're gonna be like, why the fuck did you do that? Now, that is a recipe to get people to fucking hate that character. Now, let's not get too far into it, but you know, there are people like homophobes and racists and stuff. And as soon as you change a character like that, they already are hated. And the internet is already pouring with comments that hate them. Exhibit A Wesker in the show, or any character from Welcome Raccoon City. Now, I'm using this to segue to something else. Marvin is the best character to be in a TV or movie adaptation. Marvin is a black powerful character who, oh, it pisses me off so much talking about Welcome Raccoon City. Resident Evil 2 in film. Where is the excitement? Where's the drama? The drama is between the Raccoon City incident, the STARS members, the police chief, and Marvin. Marvin is the middleman in all of it. Marvin he's friends with the STARS members, and that's who work for him or with him. And then, but he also has to hear about the police chief. He has to hear what the police chief has to say. And then there's Wesker in between all of it. Marvin was the perfect character. Like, they changed all the races and stuff to characters. It pissed everyone off because it's hard to see a character. You know, these characters have been around for years and years and years, and they look the same, relatively the same. And then you change what they look like completely. It just brings everyone out of, like, it's really hard to vibe with the character when they look and sound and act nothing like the character you know and love. They just have the same name. Marvin was perfect. If they wanted representation and they wanted a cool person of color to be a fucking badass character, they could have put Marvin in that and he would have stole the show. You pick a good actor to play Marvin, you give him some good writing, and he would have fucking killed it, and the movie would have been so much better. You could have just made it about RE2 and not 1 and 2. But no, they cut Marvin. Like, that's just one thing. It's just one aspect of like how they made that movie and how they did the casting that just made it bad. By the way, I don't think now, let me say, I don't think the casting was a major problem with Welcome to Raccoon City. I think it was more so the writing. I just had to mention the casting because it is, like, the representation thing annoys me because they cut Marvin. It's like, they were just asking for trouble by doing all these things. And to make matters worse, they just changed a lot of small moments. Like, people kill for those small moments. In, like Bingo in the RE4 demo. People will watch the RE4 demo. Oh, this looks cool, this looks cool. But as soon as that Bingo line comes up and you see Bingo's back, people are like, fuck yeah, it's just one small thing. It's similar to, like, Jill playing the piano to open up the wall. Why the fuck did they make Wesker do it? It's just little things that they changed for no reason. That the piano thing's not much. It's just one example, but it's those little things that they just alter for no reason whatsoever. It won't get new fans into the show, and it'll make old fans mad. Why? Why do that? Not to mention Wesker's inspiration for betraying the STARS members was a text, an anonymous text about money. What? Why? That is why Wesker turned into a bad guy, because he got a text from someone he didn't know? Like, what the fuck is that Anyway, I'm sure Vendetta will be like a B. Let's put her there. Alright guys, now you rate my tier list. You can give it an S, A, B, C, or D. Woo! Oh my god, the polls are coming in. By the way, I think some of these are pretty controversial picks. The bottom row. Like, I think the Netflix movie, Welcome to Raccoon City, and Infinite Darkness are probably the ones that are argued the most. I think this upper half is probably what most people would put. Maybe they'd put one of the animated ones in S instead, but I get where the controversy lies in this. Can I talk about Chief Irons in the movie? I thought he was okay. Oh wait, before we're done with this, the whole point to adapting, and this is such a good topical conversation because Last of Us Last of Us, it wasn't perfect, okay? But it was fucking good. And you want to know how you know it's good? Who knows, whose parents in chat or older people do you know that watched and loved any of the RE movies? Probably no one. Well, guess what in my opinion, guess what the point of adapting something awesome to film is, or TV? It's to get newer audiences in. Resident Evil does a horrific job of that. And do not say they can't do a good job. They most definitely can make a damn good show or a damn good movie. They just don't put the effort or the money in. And in before someone is like, well, Last of Us was cinematic. Dude, have you played RE2 Remake? Have you played RE3 Remake? Those games are basically like movies now. Yes, like the gameplay's awesome and stuff, but all the story beats, like there's a reason they made all the characters in the RE engine look lifelike. Those games play out like movies now. I know Last of Us is cinematic. I understand as you go through the story, the character develops and you talk to them as you go on, but people don't get that's a common thing in video games now. Lots of video games are cinematic and you can adapt them easily. When you say Resident Evil can't be adapted to film, you're literally saying, I guess not literally, but you're basically saying that a scary mansion movie can't work. Like you're saying that a movie about a scary mansion with a laboratory underneath it can't be done. You know how stupid that sounds? That sounds like the easiest freaking horror movie to make ever if you actually have good actors, good writing, yada yada yada. If you still think that after me ridiculing that thought, go watch the movie Barbarian. It's one of the new horror movies that came out last year. It handles those ideas, the kind of pacing that you would need for that kind of movie to work. It handles that, and it does it very, very well. Barbarian is that exact kind of movie where when you watch it, you might think to yourself, holy shit, an RE movie in this style could work very well. Anyway, that's my tier list, fellas. I hope you enjoyed. We're going to do more tier lists before RE4 Remake comes out. I'm sorry I chose the most meme one, but I'm waiting in the queue for Diablo 4, so I thought I'd just do one that I don't have much to say about, even though I just talked for like 30 minutes straight. Woo!